Welcome to Below Average Picks again. This is our third recording. I'm your host, Will Tracy, joined alongside, as always, by Dylan DeFranzo. How are you feeling today, Jellyman?
I'm feeling good. Ready to get into the slate.
Attaboy. I went over this. Well, first of all, I will be getting a mic soon. I've listened to the videos. The audio's not great. We're working on it. And it's going to be a little worse this week because my throat has been killing me all week. I've been dealing with allergies. So Jellyman's going to carry a lot of the conversation. I think I'll take us in and out of the games. But if you hear, a little scratchy voice, that's my bad. But we're powering through for the viewers, for the boys, and we're going to give you a nice. This is week 7. We're going to give you a nice third episode here, third installment of Below Average Picks. First, we'll start with our last week's record, as we always do.
Yep.
Jellyman split about even. Your boy is on fire right now. I am the hottest bettor this side of the Mississippi. And you should tail me on every pick I make. I'm going to go through my games first because I went 5-1-1, and I'm the best. So I was on Jags. So the only game that didn't hit. Actually, I didn't watch. I woke up at like 12 o'clock, saw they were down 1 million. Texted to France like I'm toast for this week. Didn't watch it at all. I woke up, saw Cole Kmet had like 30 fantasy points on me. That was pretty sweet. And that game, not even close. Gave you guys a horrible pick there. Next game, Colts-Titans. Straight up thought the Colts were -3, and I picked them at +3. So I thought that game pushed all week until Dylan just told me that I hit a winner about 10 minutes ago, so that was pretty cool to hear. Commies +7. That was a pretty lucky push, to be honest with you. So I right now I'm at 1-1-1 through those 3 games. And then I went on a streak that you would not believe with Texans, easy cover, Browns. I was on the Browns. You got to give me some credit on that one.
I hate the Browns.
I mean, I'm a Browns whisperer. I'm 2 for 2 on them so far this year. They're not on the slate this week. We do have 6 games for you guys coming up. The Browns will not be on the slate. The Steelers, easy cover against the Raiders, and then the Lions blew the shit off the Cowboys. So, I mean, I had a pretty no-sweat 5-1-1 week. That's about as much as you can ask out of a pick show here. Like, I'm bringing it, guys. You better be tailing. Jelly, why don't you take us through your week?
Yeah, man, I wasn't as lucky as well. The Bears, I did call right that London game. That was nice to start the day, and then I thought that I'd have a pretty good day going forward. The Titans basically winning the whole game up until the fourth quarter, and then I think the last 4 drives were like punt, like pick or something like that. Like Will Levis, just horrible. I mean, like they blue balled us like the first 3.5 quarters. Up 17-10. I thought that they would actually cover. But, I mean, you clearly can't trust Will Levis going forward. Ravens commies, the line jumped around a little bit. I know some people got -6.5, -7. I think I saw some -7.5. So, depending on where you were, you either won, pushed, or covered. I was on the -7. I think the Ravens should have won, but, I mean, or covered, I should say. But, yeah, that was unfortunate. That was my push. Texans Pats, horrible read. Drake May did look pretty good. Gave life to the Pats that I think Brissett did not have, but the Texans just steamrolled them. Browns Eagles was more of a fade the Browns because I hate them and I'm 0-2 on them prior to last week. I fade them and then I lose. So I mean, I'm just having horrible luck with the Browns and will not take them and won't take a game with them going forward. Steelers, Raiders, exactly what I thought. Like, Raiders did have me worrying a little bit, scoring that quick touchdown early on, but then Steelers, pulled away. And then my favorite bet, the Lions, Cowboys, is an absolute steamroll. I think they played exactly how I thought they were, passing it, running it, mixing up on both, and it was just a slaughter. So, yeah. I'm 3-3-1 last week. Will obviously 5-1-1, way better. And that brings our year to date. Me 4-8-1, Will 8-4-1. So complete opposite sides. Show you how I'm reading the slate past couple of weeks and how Will's reading it. So for sure, giving props to Will. And yeah, I hope that this week I do better for you guys.
I've been seeing the slate nicely. It's been feeling good. This week, I actually don't. I feel good about the games we have on the card, but the overall slate, like in my pool, I'm actually not feeling great about. I got smoked last night. I was on the Saints. Talk about a horrible pick. Thankfully, that is not on the below average pick slate, which is all that really matters because this is a show where we're trying to get you guys money, and I am doing that right now.
I am not winning you guys money, so
if they've failed every game, they've only lost the juice. Like if they tailed both of our picks, now that would also mean betting on opposite sides. So
yeah,
I don't think they're doing that. Hopefully, they're just tailing me. But we can go. Let's review the season total actually now because this is the first week where we have a season total to show you guys that isn't just last week's record. We are on episode 3, so we can dive into that, which is that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I briefly just talked about it.
Yeah, I'm still recovering from illness.
Seeing the slate way better than me past couple weeks. I mean, like, I kind of feel like this isn't just me. Like, it could be me, but I feel like a lot of these games are just bad teams versus bad teams, right?
Well, we pick the games.
No. Yeah. But I think just overall the NFL, we have a lot of just bad teams playing bad teams, which like makes the picks, can go either way.
They're ugly games. They are ugly games.
Exactly. Pretty ugly games, I feel like. So
now we do have on the card. We have some good games this week on the card.
Yep.
About three of the 6.
We'll jump into our first game.
Yeah, we can get it. We're gonna go Lions-Vikes first game here, Jelly Man. I'm gonna take us into each game. I'm feeling Jelly. I think we're gonna be on the same side here.
I think so too.
Yeah, we don't tell each other the picks until this is screaming last week's game again for me with the Lions. I just think they are the better team. So now I'm starting to think we're not on the same side.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, the Vikings are solid. Yeah, the Vikings are solid, 5-0, whatever. I think they're coming off the bye too, actually. But I think the Lions would be like the best team in the NFC. The Niners have been very flaky as of late. And I just think the Lions have been dominant, like in the games that I've seen them play. So I think they should be favored in every game by like 4+ pretty much right now. I know they're on the road, but again, it's still a dome. It's not like you got a skull chant. That's about all you got to deal with in Minnesota. It's not like they're going to Green Bay and playing in the tundra or something like that. So I think Lions +1.5 is a lock. And it's just too easy not to take almost, which is maybe a bad thing, but I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, we are both on the same side again with the Lions this week. I'm taking +1.5, but I also like money line. I think it's around +105. Either or, I think is good. I mean, we got to give props to the Vikes being 5-0, but I just think Darnold isn't the superhero that like we saw the first couple weeks. I think last week he was held to under 200 yards. I don't know if he even had a passing touchdown. And also like the
morning London game, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, and past 2 weeks too, I think how the Vikings have let teams come back, like creep up late in the fourth quarter, kind of scares me a little bit with the line team that is just so explosive offensively. Like when I first looked at this line, I was like a little confused. I think they're like kind of overhyping the loss of Hutch, given the Vikings to be favorites, but I think both have very bad pass Ds, but I think I trust Goff and that weapon set more to, push down the field. I think it will be a shootout. The Vikings have run the ball well, so I mean that could definitely be a factor, but I think it will be a shootout and I'll take the points. So rolling with the Vikings again.
Yeah, or the Lions.
Yeah, Lions, sorry.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And then you made a good point about the Vikings blowing leads pretty much in their last 2 games. They're coming off the bye, but 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago with the Packers and Jets there. Yeah, I think the Lions are the realest team they've seen by far this season. Yeah, we're on the same side here.
Yeah, it is just scary seeing that, past couple of weeks with how potent the Lions offense is, so yeah. I don't think, the Jets and Packers are as explosive as the Lions, and they all came within, I think, 3 points of, winning in the fourth quarter. So
yeah, they had close games going in the fourth quarter. So I think the Lions are, anything less than like 4-point favorites, I'm going Lions pretty much right now. They've been free money. So
they've
we're
looked
gonna
too
keep the
good.
streak going. Next game is going to be Titans at Bills in Buffalo. Buffalo has Amari Cooper now.
Yep.
They have a little more. They were missing a receiver on offense, 100%. I have Josh Allen in fantasy. I've been watching a lot of their red zone, a lot of their games.
Agree completely.
Yep, they were definitely missing a big receiver, so that's a big get. I also think they have like Curtis Samuel now too, and he's pretty solid. So their offense will be a lot more prolific going part of the rest of the season. I think it was a very good get. And the Titans, their offense kind of sucks, but they low key like can put up 17 points a game. So I like over 41. I think the Bills maybe win like 27-17 or some weird like that. Over 41 is just really low, it looks like, and it's not like freezing in Buffalo yet and like snowing or anything. So I saw that number, and the spread's big, so maybe a blowout. It'll go under, but I like the over here.
Yeah, I'm taking Bills spread at home. I think the Bills at home are going to be really tough to beat, and Levis is just not that good. I think he's one of the worst in sack percentage and pick percentage. So I think versus that Buffalo D is going to have a hard time. And Bills at home, different animal, I feel like. And Josh Allen has been playing very good this year. I was a little skeptical about the line as well. I thought it should be closer to like a -10, minus like 11.5. So, yeah, a little worried, but I just don't feel like I can ever take the Titans versus the Bills at home. So, going with the Bills.
It's tough to go with that horrendous of a team on the road against Josh Allen.
Yeah,
especially
plus with Cooper being added gives a nice wide receiver, weapon out there. And I'm not sure about the status with James Cook, but last week I think Ray Davis played very well, so I'm not too worried about that either. But adding Cooper is just a great pickup for them and gives Josh Allen some passing weapons out there.
Love it. So I'm over 41. Jelly is riding the Bills. I also like that. I'm not going to take it on my card, but I would lean that way as well. But I love the over in this game. We'll take us into the next one. We got Eagles at Giants. Jelly man. This is a game where I've said this before. We send each other games we like. I sent Dylan this game, and I honestly, if I had to take one off, it'd probably be this one, just because I hate betting the team I like. But the Eagles just look so bad. The Browns are absolutely horrendous, and they did not cover against the Browns last week. They just couldn't really string together. They just had like big mishaps. The blocked field goal for a touchdown was obviously horrible. Just Saquon couldn't get going. Like, they couldn't run the ball. And Sirianni is an absolute fucking clown. That guy is like, the fact he's a head coach is ridiculous in the NFL. But I hate betting on the team that I root for, because it's like I already have so much on the line. But I just think the Giants are more than a field goal dog here. I like them at home. I think that crowd's gonna be rocking. I like the G-men here.
Yeah, so when Will first sent me this game, I was kind of torn, like heart telling me Eagles, head telling me Giants, couldn't really decide. So I'm going to go with the under 43 with the Giants at home. At home, they're putting up 9 points a game, but also on the flip side, they don't let up more than 20 points, I think, on average. So, and with the Eagles not looking too good, I mean, I thought for sure that they would have covered versus the Browns, but we saw how that planned out, and the Browns are just horrendous. For the Eagles to be in that close of a game with like their weapons back, it was scary. Also, there are injuries on both sides. Thibodeau out, Thomas on IR now for the Giants. I think Mailata's out for the Eagles, Goddard out. So I think the Eagles can cover if, Saquon has a good run game, which I think will be their strategy, to run first, pass second. But really am not confident in either side. Daniel Jones isn't, too nice to back, personally. So, I mean, Neighbors back potentially. Who knows? I'm just not confident in either side. So I'm going with the under.
I don't mind the pick. It's a weird number. It's 24-21 hits the over.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know if I see the Giants scoring 3 touchdowns though. So
Exactly. I mean,
yeah, I don't
I
know.
thought they played well versus the Bengals, like game wise. Like they had 11 more first downs, etc. But they still only managed to put up 7 points. Granted, if Neighbors back, that could change, but I really don't see them, putting up
It's
too many points versus the
they have a
Eagles.
tough time scoring. But I think the Eagles, just they got big names, but like they're not that good. They're just not that
Exactly.
good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with the Giants. I think they cover the field goal. And the hook, but I think they lose by at least a field goal or sneak out a nice win at home, which would be cool as a fan and for the betting record. All right, so that game's settled. We're going to go into the next game, which is going to be Texans at Packers. Jelly, I'll hear from you first on this one. I really like my pick in this game a lot, so let's just let you.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we might be on the opposite side, but I like Packers at home at Lambeau. I'm gonna tell them. I think their defense is top 10, which and the run D is very good too. I think that would limit Mixon a lot, which he had a great game last game. They're still trying to find ways without Collins. Um, I wouldn't really say that like the Pats was like a good kind of base to say how the Texans play without Collins. I think versus like a good Packers D away, it will show way more how they can, control their offense without that big star out. But like I said again, Packers great run game. I think they're third. Good pass game. I think they're 10th. I think they have a bunch of weapons, and at Lambeau just seems like a very big advantage for them. And I'll take the under field goal spread at home.
I love it. Yeah, I'm actually on the same side as you here. I think the square bet is Texans favored after coming off a huge win, looking good this year. But I completely am on board with you. Same thought process. I think the Pats are like probably the worst team in the NFL up there with the Browns. Like they're just not good at any position. Like I was saying last week,
Yeah.
they can't do anything. So I don't think it was a good indication of how they are without Nico or just how they are in general as a football team. So, and I think the Packers have proven. I mean, they came back and lost a close game against the Vikings. They beat up on the Cardinals last week, and the Cardinals are a much more legit team than the Patriots by far this year. They got 1 million targets at receiver, and they were missing Dobbs last week too, or 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
with some nonsense, and they're still like eight. Love is just finding everyone. So I love the Packers in this spot. I think it's a sharp bet. You just have to win by a field goal at home. And like you said, the defense I didn't even touch on, but they're legit, and their offense is prolific. So I think this is a sharp play from both of us, and this is one of my more favorite games on the card. I like the Packers.
Yeah. And for our next game,
we are going to roll Chiefs Niners, Jellyman. Nothing else to add in there? We're both Packers.
Yeah, both Packers. I think Love is explosive. Even if Love has like 2 picks, I still think he'll throw for like 340, 3 touchdowns.
He's a dog.
Just a lot of weapons. Watson, big end zone target. Reed, Wicks, all of them. Plus, I think the run game with Jacobs has looked good. So I mean,
they're loaded.
Below a field goal spread, I just cannot take them. So
love it.
But yeah, right. Chiefs Niners in San Fran. Thoughts?
I like the Niners, and simply I just think the Chiefs. I mean, I might just be wrong, but I just don't think they are as good as they have shown. Like I think it's a little bit of maybe not a fluke, but it's been just not like an accurate representation of their current personnel. I mean, Mahomes is obviously great. Kelsey can turn it up when he needs to. No Rashee. Their other receivers are like okay. The Worthy guy is solid. He's fast, but he's not like a wide receiver 1 or anything like that. Their defense is good. Of course, they always have a strong, tough defense. It gets real tough towards the end of the year. But this game's in Santa Clara. It'll be nice weather. Purdy will be able to move around and chuck the ball around. And the Niners are getting healthy right now too. Their defense is showing up. So I mean, this is about a pick'em game, and I just think the Niners are better than the Chiefs. I think it's about time that the Chiefs stop covering and start losing. So I'm rolling Niners. It might be a bit of a square pick, but I'm rolling Niners.
Yeah, I kind of think the opposite. I think the spread is just like this because they're trying to get, that like big game draw of like, Super Bowl rematch type of thing. but I just don't think the Niners are good this year. Not really saying the Chiefs are, too amazing this year too, but they are 6-0. It is hard to fade them. They have beaten teams with winning records. I think the Niners haven't beat a team with a winning record right now. So it's hard. I mean, I like how Hunt has been playing. I think the Niners' run D hasn't been too dominant this year. So I think Hunt could have a good game. I think, Greenlaw out for the Niners, probably missing the outside linebacker. I'm not sure who really keeps up with Kelsey. I'm praying Kelsey has a good game, hasn't found the end zone, I don't think. So I think that this is a prime spot for him. And it's just hard to fade the Chiefs at this point. Even if I don't like the Chiefs necessarily, it's hard to not take them until I see them lose, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense. I kind of feel like if they cover this game, I'm gonna feel like an absolute idiot Monday morning.
Yeah.
They've covered. They always cover. They always win. The Niners, like you've said, they haven't proven to be a powerhouse this year. Now, of course, they're a very similar team from last year, minus Christian McCaffrey. But they haven't really proven. I mean, they beat the Seahawks, but it was a close game. They blew a horrible game against the Rams. So they haven't necessarily proven to actually be deserving of a minus 1.5 point spread here at home. But I like the Niners. I think cold weather I go Chiefs here, but warm weather in San Fran or Santa Clara, I'm rolling with the Niners. It's a bit of a square pick, like I said originally, but I'm just gonna keep betting against the Chiefs. It's the position that I hold in my heart.
Well, I think Chiefs coming off a bye too, they just have the extra week to prepare. Spags has probably crafted some godly, scheme on defense. I mean, not saying I usually love the Chiefs. I usually bet against them, but it always seems to haunt me. So I mean, it's hard to fade Patrick Mahomes, even though he hasn't been too good. But just the 6-0 record, the Niners hasn't really impressed me this year. It's just a tough pill to swallow to fade the Chiefs at this point.
I will say, first of all, I think the Chiefs are 5-0 because they
bye week. Yep, my bad.
Second of all,
5-0.
I agree with everything you're saying. However, this game, the Super Bowl rematch tends to be, and I believe it happened last year with Eagles, or 2 years ago with Eagles Chiefs, where I think the Eagles won the game.
Eagles won by 3.
Every game the rest of the year. It's because the team that lost the Super Bowl has this game circled on their calendar and red exclamation points. All they want to do is go prove to the world they can beat this team. And the Super Bowl champs are worried about everyone else. Obviously, it's a big game for the Chiefs too, but it's not the game. The Niners want to win this game so bad. So I just think hungry dogs run faster. I like the Niners, but we can move on.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, like I said again, back in the Chiefs is not really my favorite thing, but also it's hard to fade them. Seeing how the Chiefs usually play the past couple of years, I feel like they always find a way. So
yeah. It'll be a good game for sure.
Yeah.
That's a 405, 425 slate. So that'll be the second to last chronological game on the slate here. The last one is going to be Sunday Night Football. We got Jets at Steelers. The Steelers are 1.5-point dogs at home. The Jets obviously just acquired Davante Adams for their offense, who will be suiting up and playing. Are the Steelers going with Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? Do you even know?
Russell Wilson. I believe.
Wilson. I like my pick even more. I'm going under 39.
Really?
I'm going under 39. The Jets defense is pretty legit. The Steelers offense with Russell Wilson is going to look horrible. I'll tell you that right now. Fields is definitely better. I'm not really sure why they're switching. The Steelers offense isn't great. I love TJ Watt. The Jets offense will be better, of course, with Davante. I don't know if they'll be explosively better. They were pretty bad without him. So I don't know how much better he makes them. Obviously he will improve, but I don't think they're scoring 30 plus a game now with him. So I'd say they score 24. I could see it being 24-7 or something bad like that, 24-10, and going under 35. So I'll take under 39. If it ends up being 21-20, I'll eat it. It's whatever. But I think both these offenses are pretty bad, and both the defenses are great. So I like under 39 here.
So were you just not a fan of one side, or you just really like the under for Steelers games?
I've been on the Jets recently, and they have not. They've been killing me.
Right?
And if I had to pick a side here, I'd probably go Jets, and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, well, I am going to fall into the Jets trap again. I'm taking the Jets -1.5. I think earlier in the week, Steelers were -1.5. The line movement made them +1.5, +2, some areas, which I like for the Jets. I think the Adams addition is good. Get Mike Williams off the field. He is just a cancer for them. And then I think that could potentially let Garrett play more slot, which I think would give him more targets, more open routes, which I like. Brees looked good last game. I hope that, continues. And what I think with Russ starting now is that kind of like takes away the QB scramble ability to extend plays. I just don't think Russ has that in him, and not nearly as good as Fields does, which I think could allow the good Jets D line to put pressure on. And I think I also read two of the Steelers O linemen are out, which I think would definitely help put more pressure on if Wilson's got to stay in the pocket. I think the Jets have been losing close games. I feel they turn around and grab one at Pittsburgh. So I like the Adams addition. I think last game showed that Lazard played well, Wilson played well, Brees played well, even in that close game. But I think the Jets have the power to win. They just haven't been doing it, and I think they turn around this week. So
I'm gonna do something that has not been done on the show before. Do you know what it is?
Are you gonna flip your bet?
I'm not gonna flip. I'm gonna add Jets -1.5 to my card and keep the under 39 on my card. I agree with you. And just looking back on it, I've been wrong on the Jets a few times in a row now, so it's about time for them to start flipping it. And I just can't see. This is pretty much a pick'em game. I like what you said about the line flipping more towards the Jets. I want to get on that Jets spread there. I just can't see Russell Wilson winning a game. I mean, essentially winning whatever, +1.5, winning a game against Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, with this Steelers offense that he has, and the Jets' new team coming into town. So I'm going to take 2 picks for this game. A mid-pick add, give me the under 39, and then I'm going to add on Jets -1.5. So I'll have 7 picks for this week.
Let's go. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if Adams will be explosive this game because he was just traded, but I just think moving Garrett Wilson around could benefit him a lot more. And I really just don't like the move of sitting Fields. He has been amazing this year. I just think that they paid Russell to come here, so now that he's healthy, he has to play, sort of sense. Not really too logical. I think it's just what the GMs want or need. But yeah, I don't really like that move. I think Fields adds a lot more versatility for them that will probably show in this game with that Jets D line. So yeah, I mean, need the Jets. I think they need the win. I think it happens this week. So
Yep. Hungry dogs run faster, like you said. Steelers have been having a couple nice weeks here, so I think the Jets come in and wreck their shit up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you take us through a summary of yours, and I'll go through mine real quick, and then we'll wrap up here.
Yeah, so I mean, Lions explosive offense. Vikes have been 5-0, looked great, but it's just hard to not take the Lions getting points on their side. Bills Titans at Buffalo. Levis has been horrible. Not a player I really want to back again. I have backed the Titans multiple times in the previous weeks. Hasn't panned out. Giants Eagles, can see either or happening. I like the under. Giants aren't scoring too many points at home, but they also aren't letting up too many points. So like that under. Jets Steelers, like I said, I think the Jets need the dub. Adams back in there, sitting Fields. Chiefs Niners, it's just hard to fade Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs. I feel they always find a way to win. And Packers Texans at Lambeau. I'm taking Jordan Love in that offense.
Yeah, I like a lot of them. To start, I like the Lions +1.5. I'll go through mine right now. I think they've just spent free money on anything that's less than them favored by a touchdown recently. So I think this is a no-brainer. Just pick it and hope that there's not some weird Vegas spread working there. But I like that a lot. I like the over in the Bills Titans game. The Titans, Will Levis is horrendous. I told you this all last week. You should listen to me. But he's bad. But their offense puts up like 17 points a week. And if they can put up 17, the Bills just need to put up 24 to push, and they're going to put up at least 24. So I like over 41 there. Giants plus 3.5 in that game. Riding with the team you root for is never what you really want in a betting scenario. But I just think the Eagles are so bad, and I hate them, and I hate Sirianni, and they're going to New York. It's going to be loud, or New Jersey. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rowdy. I like the G-men there. Jets, we have under 39 and minus 1.5. Jets just have way too many names compared to the Steelers and have been not covering, so they're going to really want to cover this game. And then under 39, I just don't think the Steelers will score like more than 10 points. And they have a good defense enough so that I don't think the Jets will score like 40 points. Yeah. So I like under 39. 49ers Chiefs, again, just continuing with my heart that the Chiefs are not as good as I think they are. Rolling with the Niners and essentially pick them, but we'll take them at minus 1.5. And then Packers hosting the Texans at Lambeau, the elite defense and just the 1 million targets they can throw the ball to. Texans coming off an inflated win. I don't think they're as good as they showed. Rolling Packers minus 2.5. They just got to win by a field goal, and I think they'll do at least that. So that's my card. Any parting words, Jellyman?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident in this slate, even though my record isn't showing. So, I mean, I hope I turn around for you guys, going forward. Yeah. So
I hope so too.
Yeah, I know. It's been rough. I'm kind of slowly switching my strategy to just teams that I just think will win rather than, crunching the lines on what sharp fakes. So I think that's kind of been played out the past couple of weeks, which is why I've been losing. So I think hopefully this week, corrects it.
Very nice. Yeah, I've been feeling good about the slates. This week is probably the worst I've felt, but as I start going through the picks and explaining them, I start feeling a lot better. And that happened again this week, so I'm feeling good. I got 7 picks on the card. He has 6. So that's why the season totals will eventually look a little skewed, but eventually they'll skew back probably. We'll just start y'all some picks on the card. But I think that about wraps up this installment of Below Average Picks. This is our 3rd installment, week 7 of the 2024 NFL season. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube at Below Average Picks, and TikTok is the same stuff. We'll start posting there soon enough. Saturdays at 11 again. Oh, I don't think we even said it. These picks were made Friday.
Saturdays at 10.
Saturdays at 10. These picks were made Friday this week, so spreads should be a little closer. But watch Saturday at 10. You'll get the same fucking spread. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think the lines will move too much. Maybe the Bills game might move a little bit, but the rest I really don't see moving too much from Saturday, to Sunday. So
yeah, we'll be fine. It's better than a Thursday recording. But I think that wraps us up. Any parting words other than like and subscribe? Out of you, Jellyman?
Yeah, just like and subscribe on TikTok. All that. YouTube as well.
Below.
Comments. Always looking for people to comment, criticize, and tell us how we can improve. And going back to the TikTok thing, as soon as we get more videos out and more clips, we will start posting on there way more. So
as soon as
appreciate you guys watching. Yep. And
we'll start posting on there.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see.
You should post me, dude. I'm the hottest bettor in the United States right now.
Yeah, I know. I might have to. I mean, 8-4-1. That's
last week 5-1. You kidding me? 5-1.
I know. Well, let's see if you keep the hot streak going, though.
If I keep doing it this week, I'm going to post on TikTok myself.
Exactly. People, can go up and then quickly fall in the betting world. So, we'll see.
That doesn't happen.
All right,
like and subscribe. That
appreciate
does it.
You guys watching us. Yes, sir. And we'll catch you next week.